my kindergarten friends. This is Miss Martinez, and today in math, we are going to learn about measurements. Yay! It's going to be something new. And this is the week of April 27th through May 1st. So let's see what we are learning about. So, again, like I told you, today is Monday, April 27th. And now let's go to our LO. So, what are we going to learn today? All right, I will be able to find objects that have measurable attributes such as length, capacity, and or weight. So remember last week we learned about the coins. And when we were learning about the coins, we were talking about their attributes. So like what color they were, how did they look, if they looked the same size, if they were different. So that is an attribute. Attributes are things that we look at. And so this week, when we look at measurements, we're going to also look at attributes of different objects and see how we can measure those. So that's what we are going to be learning this week. Now, let's go in to how do we actually measure things. So, how do we measure things? Well, there's different ways for you to measure things. For example, you can measure things by their length. Length is usually like how long something is, how long my arm is. That's a length. You can also measure things by how tall, how or height, how tall or how short something is, the height of someone. And then you can also measure something by capacity. So, how much of something actually fits in a cup or a liquid? If I fill my cup with water, capacity is how much water actually fits in there. Or I could put marbles in here, or I could put something else, rocks. So, capacity is how much of something fits. And then there's also weight. So, weight tells you if something is heavy or something is light. Heavy or light. So, those are the four ways that we are going to learn how to measure things. And so this week, we are going to focus on two of those. We're only going to focus on two of those, but I wanted to give you more information about each one so you were familiar with them. So, really quickly, before we start, length is how long something is. So, when we measure length, we can measure things with what is this? A ruler, yes. And so we use a ruler to measure length. Like I said, how long my arm was. Oh, I'm sorry, there it is. And so length helps us measure things and see how long they are. But we don't always need a ruler because if I have, let's see what I have here. If I have this pencil, this pencil's pretty long. Now, if I have this crayon, can I tell which one is longer? The pencil's longer and the crayon is shorter. So when I look at length, I don't always need a ruler. I can tell by looking at them. But, if I want to be more exact, I can measure with a ruler. But right now we're going to look at objects and just let's just see. Is this one shorter or is this one longer? Is this one shorter or is this one longer? And I can put them next to each other to find out. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing this week, more or less, in length. Now, in height, I want you to think of something really, 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 really tall, someone really tall like your mom or your dad, and then someone a little bit shorter. Okay, so when we look at height, we look at how tall someone is and how short someone is. So if Miss Martinez stands next to you, who's going to be taller? Miss Martinez is going to be taller because I'm older. You're going to be shorter. Very good. But what if you stand next to your baby brother or sister? Who's going to be taller? You. Yes, you're going to be taller, and your baby brother or sister is going to be shorter. Very good. So when we look at height, that's what I want you to think about. All right, my friends, let's keep moving forward. And let me put this in present mode so you're able to see it better. And here we go. So length is how long or how short something can be. And like I showed you, we can use a ruler to see how long something is and how short something is. But we don't always need a ruler. We can also look at the two things and say, this one is going to be definitely longer, and this one is going to be shorter. And when we look at height, remember that's how tall, oh my goodness, like this tall giraffe right here, and how short something is. So when we look at height, I want you to be able to tell me which one is taller and which one is shorter. Okay? All right, my friends, now it's going to be your turn. It's time for the Kinder Brain Pop. And remember, it makes your brain pop. So I want you to put your thinking caps on. Let's put our thinking caps on and see what it's going to ask us to do today. So today it says find two objects and compare their weight. Record which object is heavier and which one is lighter. So you're going to make a picture, or you can send a picture of two objects, and you're going to tell me which one is heavier and which one is lighter. So the example that I gave you is a water bottle and a crayon. So which one is heavier and which one is lighter? And remember, let me show you our anchor chart so you can remember. The weight is how heavy, oh my goodness, how heavy something is. Is it really heavy or is it really light? Okay, so I want you to tell me how heavy. So if I have this water bottle and I have this crayon, which one is heavier? That's why I'm making those noises. The water bottle's heavier. The crayon is not heavy, but the water bottle is. It's a very big water bottle. So this is the example that I'm giving you. Now I want you to find two objects around your house and tell me which one is heavier and which one is lighter. And let me give you one more example. If I have this plastic cup is pretty light. It's not heavy at all. But if I have this coffee mug to drink coffee, it is heavier. You can even hear it, it's heavier. So if this was me, I would say, oh, the coffee mug is heavier than the plastic cup. Okay, so that's what you're going to do today. You're just going to tell me, or you're going to show me two objects. You can draw a picture and submit your picture. Or you can do a video and just show me and say, this one is heavier and this one is lighter, and you are done. And that's all you're doing for today in our Kinder Brain Pop. So this is all for today, my friends. If you didn't understand something, send me a message and I will be gladly to help you. See you tomorrow.